Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. It's time for free agency to start. In a matter of hours, we'll see who the Knicks about to pick. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Yep, welcome back to the Knicks Cave. Let's get into it. Well, the Knicks, they made the playoffs, but in order to continue the success they had last year, they got to sign at least one or two top free agents in this year's agency. But if they sign just one player, I think we can go very deep in next year's playoff. And not to mention, the reason I said we sign one top free agent, then we have 8 top free agents that they consider the top best free agents out right now. It's 8 of them. But we can just get one of them guys. Matter of fact, we can get 2 of them guys and pair them together, we'll be a good team. But we can get one of them guys and just get a couple of glue guys, some guys that, that's going Tibbs guys that play defense, that's team oriented, and these guys that know how to play the game and play the game right, to be honest with you. Not selfish players. Guys that can make the three, guys that play defense, guys that know when to, guys with a high basketball IQ. But let me get right into this video. I have some stats. Like I said, the top 8 free agents. Number 1 would be Kawhi Leonard. He has an option to opt out. Chris Paul, another player with an option. Then you have John Collins, a restricted free agent. Lonzo Ball, another restricted free agent. Then you have DeMar DeRozan. He's an unrestricted free agent. For those that don't realize what the difference between unrestricted and restricted free agent. When you're an unrestricted free agent, you have more control of where you want to go. When you're a restricted free agent, the team, y'all have your conversations, but the team will have, the upper hand and where they want to go. They probably do a sign and trade deal to get themselves more what's the word I'm looking for? But more talent, more draft, more whatever. But that's the difference between unrestricted and restricted free agents. For those that don't know, and I'm not going to talk to you like y'all children and y'all dummies. Y'all don't know the difference. But you might have a newcomer who just getting into basketball, and they hear these terms, they want to know what's going on. So that's why I mention it. Like I said, rounding off is Jarrett Allen. He's a restricted free agent, and then last but not least is Mike Conley, another unrestricted free agent. But I think the Knicks should go after Spencer Dinwiddie. I think it would be a low-risk, high-reward signing, if you ask me. He can play the point guard and he can play the shooting guard. And before he got hurt, he was averaging 20 points as a stats that you can see. But I think we can get Spencer, put like this. Out of the top 8 right there, I wouldn't even go after them free. Excuse me, I forgot to mention Kyle Lowry. I wouldn't even go after them, any one of them point guards. I would go after Spencer Dinwiddie, and I would make a move on John Collins. John Collins, he's restricted. He's a restricted free agent. So Atlanta Hawks will be able to match any offer. Matter of fact, they get the first chance to throw money at him. And there's been rumors it's something like $120 million they're about to offer him. But I think if talks fall through and they don't go with the way the Atlanta Hawks want and John Collins, I think the Knicks should swoop in there and offer him a $90 million, maybe a $100 million contract. We'll worry about Randle next year. We give Randle a chance. I don't know. I like John Collins, and I think with the draft and who we just drafted, my man Jericho Sims and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson. We just extended his contract for $1.8 million. I mean, it would make sense because I like Collins' game. He can hit the 3, so he'll be a stretch 4, or we can throw him into a big and a center. He dunks. He plays defense. You know what I'm saying? I'll get into his stats a little bit later. It'd be a pity back and go backwards because I just jumped into him with this real quick. But let me get to Dinwiddie real quick. Spencer Dinwiddie. He only played in 3 games last year during the 21 season because he suffered a partial torn right ACL. He had a career year in 2020, averaging 20 points a game and 6 assists. And like I said, I'm hoping the Knicks can pull off a deal with Dinwiddie. There are reports that he has his eyes set on Washington. And Washington need a point guard, being that they just traded Russell Westbrook. So I don't know. I could see him and Bradley Beal going up the court, and there's been talk that Bradley Beal might even sign an extension, and I don't know. So everybody be talking about the Knicks should wait for the 22 for Bradley Beal, but it don't look like that's going to happen. So let's get off that topic. And like I said, Dinwiddie. If we can't get Dinwiddie, like I said, I don't think we should go after any one of them aging point guards considered to be the top 8. Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry, Chris Paul. Only one in that group, top 8, I would really go after is Lonzo Ball because he's young and he would fit with our core. But if we can't get Lonzo Ball or Dinwiddie, I think we should make a run at Devontae Graham. He's a good player, and you know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, a 2-year contract would be good. All right, going on to the next player, Evan Fournier. And the thing about it, him and the Knicks are showing mutual interest in one another. There's been reports, there's been rumors. Like I said, I'm gonna try to bring you every rumor I can. But there's been reports that them two have, the Knicks and Evan Fournier have mutual interest. And Evan Fournier, he's a good player. He was traded to Boston Celtics last year from the Magic, and now he's a restricted free agent himself. And he has control over where he want to be. And being that he have mutual interest in the Knicks, I can see that happening, you know what I'm saying? And he could be a starter, you know what I'm saying? He can start at the shooting guard, and we can move R.J. Barrett over to a small forward, and he can really replace Reggie Bullock, and I think that would be a better option, to be honest with you. I like Bullock, but I think Evan Fournier would be much more productive in that spot, especially with the Knicks. Like I said, he averaged 17 points in his last 42 games while shooting 42% from the field, and his career best 41% from downtown. Now, John Collins, he's an interesting player, like I said. He's a high energy guy. Sometimes he looked a little bit lost because he wants the ball all the time, but that's what I like about him too, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be looking for a big payday if the Knicks can get him. And like this, I said, there's rumors of, you know, Atlanta re-signing him for $120 million. But if that don't happen and everything break down, and I hope the Knicks can go work out something, I think $90 million we can kind of persuade them. Another team don't jump because we have the most money. So a lot of teams ain't gonna be able to compete with us in certain situations or with certain players because they might not feel it's worth their cap space to break the bank on. But the Knicks have that luxury right now, and that's what I mean by being in a rare position. Think about it. Nobody thought we would be in the playoffs. We went to the playoffs. None of us are used to being in the drafting the positions in the 20s and 19s and 30s. The Knicks ain't been down there, which is a good. I mean, the Knicks had a successful season. And now, who would have thought with all the bullshit that went on through the years, we giving up that player, taking on this contract and giving up draft picks, that we would be in a position to have the most money in the free agency, the New York Knicks. Think about that. So we are in a very rare position for the New York Knicks. And things are looking bright and looking rosy. And I'm hoping Leon Rose, no pun intended, can get things done. All right. John Collins, he averaged 17 points, 7 rebounds, 1.5 assists a game, and 1 block. Like I said, he's expected to sign with Atlanta for $120 million. I don't think he's worth the money. I don't think he's worth $120 million. But at $90 million, I just hope him and Atlanta don't work out because that's the expected. You know, they could probably be negotiating on their contracts and they can come down a little lower into a range that he liked and that Atlanta can live with. But if we can get John Collins, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Evan Fournier, just two of them players, John Collins and Evan Fournier, John Collins, Spencer Dinwiddie, it will really upgrade our team. I'm beyond you. If we can't even get John Collins, I think JaMale McGee is out there. I mean, JaMale McGee is a player that came a long way. And this is, I'm gonna say one thing before I go, and cause that's gonna be my next video. It's gonna be about the young center we just drafted. His name, I just mentioned his name, but my mind is all over the place right now. But Josh Simmons, that's what it is. I think he could turn into a player like JaMale McGee. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying he's one-dimensional and that all he's looking to do is dunk. He don't get that many blocks, but he has the potential to be a great shot blocker. But I think once he get under Tibbs and all our other assistant coaches, they're going to get the best out of this kid. But with that being said, I want y'all to have a safe day out there. I know I usually end it with stay healthy, stay safe, and God bless and peace. But I just want y'all to have a safe day out there because Corona is on the rise. I know some people take it lightly, some people take it seriously, but I just want y'all to be safe out there and think of your families when you go out there. Well, with that being said,